Hello and welcome back to Factorio Fixit. My name's MadZuri and let's get cracking. Today we're playing a factory by MadZuri. 64 hours, so this should be good. He named it Overkill. Keep your eyes on the frame rate, ladies and gentlemen, because this could be good. Now, MadZuri's been hanging around also in Colonel Will's stream. He's been watching the... Oh, actually... we're going to have a look at this. Yeah, he's been hanging around in Colonel Will's Mega Base stream. So I can only imagine what ideas he's got from that. Because that's a pretty cool stream. And this is very interesting. This is very cool. I've never ever seen this before. And I like it. You know, it's probably a... really inefficient, because this train is going to leave having not done anything. 200 seconds, yeah. But very cool. I like that. That's very, very cool. Let's have a bit of a look around here and see what we've got going on. Ooh, we have a circuit factory by the looks of it. Green. Okay. I dare say this is a green circuit factory all the way out there. So when a train comes in, we'll have to go and suss that out. Oh, there's a train. Hello. So, oh, it brings 3.6k every trip. Yikes. Back the truck up. That is quite cool. It's here for 30 seconds. So, let's just have a quick look. Seems like there's plenty of trains running around the place, which is very nice. Let's just turn that off for a moment. It looks like there's a couple of different little setups ready, and need to jump back here. A couple of little different setups. Oil looks like it's down south there. I'm very keen to have a look at this green circuit factory though. This is going to be cool, I think. Yeah, okay. Yeah, alright. Obviously, production speed is curtailed by how much you can actually store here. So, what we'll do... One, two, three, four, five. So I need 10. Okay. Got 2. I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, this should be good, right? Yeah. So now what will happen is it'll just store a whole heap more. This is going to push this this little sucker into overdrive. Let's upgrade some belts. Make sure that there's no backlogs. It looks like it's pretty well designed though. You can see that it's just eating everything for us. It's nice. See, we're having copper issues though. That damn copper. Always the problem. So it looks like, okay, we could actually stand for a lot more production capacity here if we can build the network right. So let's have a look and see how we could do this to actually make it flow at pretty much 100%. Okay. So there's that. Now, looks a little better, but only a little. This is where a lot of the fun starts with Factorio. Once you start getting into some really big and chunky builds, it really is a big fight. Now, yeah, okay. It seems that that's largely You know, just upgrading this belt to a red the entire way through would help with the throughput issues. I've got to fix our problems there, and same with the iron plate, which is clearly struggling. Okay, that's one way to do a rebalancer. And they're probably not required. Okay. It seems to me that this little circuit factory could run quicker, but we're kind of limited by how much we can carry back as well. So you see that we're filling up the 4K pretty quick, and then all of this is still buffering. So that's quite a nice little base, and often it's a good idea to do something like that, because trying to work something as hardcore as this into your actual main base is sometimes pretty difficult, because it requires you to obviously recruit large amounts of resources and then put them into a dedicated green circuit factory, and that is sometimes hard to do, especially if you've had the same base since the early game, and you've been adding stuff onto it. Coming up with a dedicated green circuit build that's actually going to cut the mustard is hard, very, very hard. So you can see here we've got a train unloading. Lots of things being unloaded by trains, which for better or for worse is happening, so we'll just get over it, shall we? That's very pretty. So let's have a look here. It looks like we've got a pretty, pretty tidy central bus happening down the middle. And this actually, okay, this is very cool. I want to point something out here. So this is, okay, so here is the original ingress point for copper. Okay, you can see that it's blank here because it doesn't get past these copper cable producers. So down the line, right, and this is the thing about the central bus, if you run out of resources down the line, you need injection points. So this train station is actually an all-in-one injection point. So you run it in, it unloads, and boom, it just throws it straight onto the belt and then straight into the central bus. So a very, very cool after the fact injection point. And this is something that I suggested to Zisto. Not necessarily this solution, but some way of injecting extra resources to head along the central bus, so that you don't end up with like a pipe lock, basically, where your consumers are causing a lock in the pipe because the resources just can't get past it. And often copper cable or gear wheels can be the other issue. Okay, so that's a box thing. That's nice. All looks very, very good. Wow, that's a lot of blue circuits. Let's have a look here. Where are these blue? Here's the blue circuit makers. Okay, that's why it looks like a lot. So the blue circuit, the processing units are coming back past and then heading around in a loop, and then it's being passed off to the individual 3 module makers. So that's quite cool. The module makers are then, it's going into level 2 and then finally into level 3 if it has the alien artifacts. Same thing for each of the designs, so that's quite good. You can see that this will continue to buffer up as it goes. The only really thing, the reason you do something like that is to ensure that they all get resources when they need them. And I'm still, I don't know, I'm umming and ahhing about that kind of idea. I'm not convinced, but I'm not convinced it's a bad idea either. I'm just, I don't know, I'm ambivalent would be the word that I'd be looking for there. So now notice that this is struggling, so it probably needs to be quicker, because these last ones are, they're not really getting anything to speak of. So that is something that you need to keep an eye on. I like that that MadZuri is actually terminating his builds when they need to be terminated. So he's not then putting this onto the central bus and then bussing it along forever. I don't know why stone is on here. That probably didn't need to be here at all. But it is what it is, so we'll get on with it. Now, these red circuits, where are they going? Oh, they're going up there. Okay. So, a pretty cool looking factory all in all. Blue science going over here. Let's have a look. There's green science. Yep, nice. You know... Oh, fair enough. I'll just leave that. And, yeah, okay. 5 labs, yeah, that's alright. It'll take a while for anything to be researched, but, you know, it'd get the job done, is the long story short there. So, down here we have, okay, coal miner is what that is. I'm coming to this thing, though. I want to see what this thing is. Okay. What is this thing? Looks funky. So is it... Yeah, okay. It's balancing both. It's a figure 8 dual line balancer. Yes. That's what, oh, okay. I see what this is doing. So interesting. This is taking iron from here to here. So for better or for worse, it's a train to nowhere. And it's just to serve that late injection point, I'm thinking. Oh, don't get run over. Very interesting. Right, I want to know where this... Oh, okay, this is going to be for a miner. So again, the circle technique, you know, it's one big circle and then a couple of little circles, and what it's aimed at doing is it's aimed at, you know, for example, if I stopped it here and then things were using it, you know, this might not get resources all the time. What the circle thing does is it ensures that all of them have access to all the resources. So you end up with a much more even distribution of resources across the belt. So you can see here that we've got gaps in places, whereas if you have a full stop, there comes a situation where let me find something that I want to pick up. Say if everything's being produced, okay, that has the same density as this, it's just that all these are in one spot, especially if it's being consumed, okay, and there's none at one part of the belt. So that's what the circle thing is aimed at doing, and as I said earlier, I'm just not sure if it's a good idea or it's a bad idea. I'm ambivalent. Well, let's go have a look at this copper miner down here. There's not really anything wrong with this factory. MadZuri's he's done well. Generally you want to avoid crossing your lines over, but when it involves going halfway to the middle of nowhere, yeah, okay, I figure a T-junction is probably unavoidable there. Let's go have a look at... Okay, we've got 2. We've got a copper miner out there. This one's closer. We'll go to this one. Okay, fairly straightforward, fairly simple. Oh, if I could get on the train line and not get run over. So you can see here, how in the circle work, we'll call it the circle work. Okay, for starters, this needs to happen like that. You can see in the circle work that if you got things that are too heavily consuming it, you still end up with the same problem of it will never get to the end of the line. But yeah, it's the jury is still out. I'm yet to see a definitive answer one way or another as to what the best way of doing that is, and what the best way is to run your belts, especially when you got, you know, things like copper or things like iron plate, electronic circuits, you know, some pretty low level, high volume stuff. That's the question. What do you do with the low level, high volume things? Let's go up here. It's got another smelter that's coming from that iron mine over there. So you can see that the resource usage of this is quite respectable. You can see that we've kind of got a half empty furnace area. So the iron plate is going somewhere. So this is all running nice and smoothly. It's just helping to pack this line here. Well, in fact, it's pretty much the majority of the bus is being run off this line here. Is there another one? There's another one back here, and there's another one there. Okay. I was going to say that was a big bus to be running off one green circuit build. It's not. It's run off several. So there's one here. There's obviously our green circuit factory up north, which is very cool. And then we've got the injection point here that'll run along the bus. And then we've got a dedicated one here, and then another one just there. Oh, and there's another one there as well. So lots of green circuit builds, and that's partly how you can overcome the issue of needing so many of them. Because you notice that one processing unit, right, needs 20 of them. These bad boys, whoops, wrong one. These bad boys need 5 processing units. So that means 100 green circuits just for processing units. The advanced circuits, you know, they require 2 electronic circuits. So by the time you build a by the time you build a processing unit alone, you've got a ton of green circuits involved. And then by the time you build one of these level 2s, it just gets out of control. You know, building in any kind of speed here is just incredible. It is very, very hard to do and requires a lot of resources and a lot of good planning. I think that I'm going to leave this one here. It's really a good base, a good factory. MadZuri's done well. He's got a couple of little things that he needs to work on. You know, throughput issues in different parts of the factory, but he's researched everything. I reckon he's got a rocket defense squirreled away somewhere in his little pocket. Oh, there we go. He's got 3 rocket defenses. How good is that? So he's finished the game not once but 3 times, such as it is here today in 11.16. So we'll let that stand as testament to MadZuri's abilities. He knows what he's doing, and yeah, I think it's a good spot to end the video. So thank you very much for joining me. My name's been Negative Root. I look forward to seeing you in the next video, where we play another factory. Could be your factory. If you send it in to rootnegative@gmail.com, I'll have a crack at it, see if I can offer some suggestions. And I'm really looking for a challenge. You know, something that's impossible. I want something impossible. I want to see if I can get stumped. I've only been stumped once, and that was when someone was playing games with me. So, until next time, see you later.